Hi everyone, I've got another behind the scenes for you today. This weekend I'm doing a Thanksgiving and Christmas special. So I'll be shooting quite a few things this weekend, and first up I've got these iceberg lettuce wedges which I'm serving with a ranch dressing. Can't start without my Hoover. Where is he? Dozer, come on. Good boy. Assume the position please. And there he is, in position. Quite a big bottom, a bit like his mum. Okay, now back to the food. So today is a dark, cloudy, miserable day in Sydney, which is perfect for shooting because the light is naturally diffused. I love it. What that means is that I don't need to diffuse the light, so you can see there's my window and I don't have my diffuser across it. Do these ugly bins out the front of my house disturb anyone other than me? It's all I can see in these videos. It just really is distracting. These wedges, the way I've styled them, I've plated them up so the cut face of the one at the front is facing towards the light so it's not too dark. So you can see I've got the camera set on a fairly low angle, and that's because it'll capture the shape of the wedge of lettuce better than a higher angle. Oh my gosh, that really is a big bottom. He's not actually overweight, he's actually very, very fit. It just looks really big in this angle. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Okay, let's do this. Let's take the shot. And there it is. You might notice that the lettuce looks a little bit yellowy, and it's just a white balance issue. I couldn't fix it with my camera settings, so I'm going to have to fix it during editing. The other problem with this shot is that there's just too much shadow in it, so I'm going to put a reflector in there to fill some of that darkness in. There's the reflector placed opposite the light source, fairly close to the lettuce because I need a lot of light reflecting back on it. It was quite dark. Okay, let's take a shot. Oh, that's heaps better. With reflector, without reflector. With, without. I'm going to try an action shot for this, drizzling the dressing over the lettuce, but it's going to be a pain because of that reflector. So I moved the reflector just for easier access so I can put some of the dressing on the iceberg lettuce before I do the action shot. Okay, so let's drizzle some of the dressing on. Yum. I love ranch dressing. And a little bit more, just so you can see it. Okay, so that's the wedge with the dressing on. I'm happy with how much is on it now, so now I'm going to attempt the action shot. Oh wait, actually I think I'm going to add some chives on it just for a little bit of colour. Yeah, that's better. Before I do the action shot, I'm just going to take a quick photo with the dressing on it. I actually like this better than the previous shot. I also zoomed in for a close-up. I moved the camera a bit lower and closer to the set to take that. Action shot time. Now I'm trying to figure out whether to do it with a spoon or with a jug. I want to do it with the jug, but it's not consistent with the set. The reason why I didn't use a jug in this set is I just couldn't style it nicely. It was just too tall, too ugly, and I wanted it in a bowl. So I think I'm going to do it two ways. One way I'm going to use a teaspoon and drizzle it over the lettuce, and for another I'm going to remove the bowl and use a jug to pour it over. Okay, so for the teaspoon shot, this is what I'm going to do. I'm focusing right about there, and I've got the camera set up on timer, and then I'm going to pour. So I get the teaspoon and I put some dressing in it, ready to do the action shot. So filming this is going to be a logistical challenge. So the first thing I do, get the timer going. Then I go over to my spoon and I get the dressing. Then I reach over the reflector, and as it's shooting, pour. Oh look, there's the shot. It worked. Yay! Now, I couldn't film this, but that's the one I took previously that I filmed. This is the next one I took. I just couldn't video it and do this at the same time. The difference is that the teaspoon, the direction of the teaspoon's tilted. I just thought that looked a little bit odd. So I did it with the teaspoon coming down. I feel like it looks better. I'm going to do a pour shot using a jug. So I removed the bowl. Oh, that little shell was there just to level it out because the rim is actually higher than the base of this plate. So I'm just going to move the wedge a little bit more into the centre of the plate. Just do a little bit of rearranging. I'm going to do the pour shot the same way. So I'm focusing the camera right about there. I'm going to set the timer, and then when it starts beeping, I'm going to start pouring. Gosh, my Hoover's not very attentive, is he? Had a big morning at the beach. Okay, so this is the jug that I'm using for my dressing. So you can see how tall it is, and that's why I couldn't style it in the shot and why I ended up using a bowl. So let's see if this will work. Timer is set. Pick up the jug. Starts beeping. Getting ready to pour. And pour. And there's the shot. Pretty happy with that actually, but I'm going to do a couple more takes just in case, without filming them, so I'm not quite as distracted. So this is the one I just took. I'm actually happier with that than this one. The stream is thicker and the bottle is closer to the lettuce. Okay, so let's go over the photo set. So this is my attempt to style it with the bottle, which I just didn't work for me. That's the one that's too dark. Then this is the one with the reflector, which I'm happy with. And then this is the one after I've put a little bit of dressing on, which I prefer over the one without. Then this is the close-up with the dressing, which I'm actually very happy with. This is the action shot number 1, which I don't like the position of the spoon. This is action shot number 2, which I didn't film. I prefer the angle of the spoon in this one. Then this is an action shot pouring attempt number 1. Actually not too bad, and if this is the only one I have, I'd use it, but I prefer this one with the jug closer to the lettuce and the thicker stream of dressing. Now the best part. I get to eat it! Yum! See you next time!